Okay, let's make sure audio is working. Okay, let's make sure audio is working. Excuse me. All right, audio's working and we're good to go. I'm sorry I had to sneeze at the start of this. That's an inauspicious start. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Malin, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome to the first part of another new rebuild in Madden 26. I talked about it at the end of the last one when I finished up with the Chiefs a few hours ago. I said that I wanted to try the Cleveland Browns once again, mainly because I want to see if Shedeur Sanders might be the guy. And, you know, when you have a guy like Myles Garrett to build this defense around, there's hope here. So what I decided to do was actually kind of go realistic. Yes, we are starting with 3 games left in the 2025 season. That's the last starting point that you could go to before it gets to the wild card round. But I didn't want to go into the wild card round because I wanted, of course, to start this at the end of the season to be able to get some gameplay in and just kind of see what we have to work with, if you will. So we're going to go with I created a Todd Monken, who in real life is the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. For those of y'all that don't know, Kevin Stefanski was fired at the end of the 2025 season. Todd Monken, who was the offensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, was hired as the Browns head coach. A lot of people are panning the hire, saying this is another one-and-done year guy. Hopefully that's not the case. I'm hoping that I can get Monken to get the Cleveland Browns into winning form. But, hey, it's going to be an uphill battle. We're starting out everything at average, 50%. Then again, when you create a brand-new head coach, this is what you start at. Honestly, I couldn't really get a face too much that looks like him. There wasn't really a face that has an older look about it, because for those of y'all, and if you want to Google a picture of what Todd Monken looks like, he's a little bit of an older guy, probably in his 60s, 70s. But this is the closest I can get to his face. We have Owen Scott and we have Alex Anthony as our other coordinators, and Andrew David is the trainer. And everybody is starting at 50% in terms of average. So basically that's what we've got to work with. And this is our very first season, and it's towards the end of the season. So, yeah, now in real life, obviously, Kevin Stefanski would still be in charge of the Browns before getting fired. But we're going with, Monken to be able to kind of keep things realistic as possible because, in real life, because in the reality, since Monken is an offensive coordinator in real life, those characters don't exist in Madden 26. The head coaches exist, but the offensive and defensive coordinators do not exist. I really would like to see that brought back in the game because I remember in the early days of Madden, I'm talking about, PS2, Xbox 360 days, Xbox days. When it came to, hiring or firing coaches, there were real-life offensive and defensive coordinators that you could hire and fire, and there were real-life head coaches. Every one of them was real. You had coordinators, guys like Brad Childress when he was with the Eagles before he became the Vikings head coach. You had, Jim Mora, who was like a coordinator for the 49ers at the time, became the Falcons head coach, but you could hire and fire real-life head coaches. And I miss that part of the old PS2 Madden days. I really would love to see EA Sports put that back in the game because the reality is that there's always a hotshot offensive and defensive coordinator that is getting a chance to coach because of his track record. So, yeah. So, let's meet the squad for the final bit of the regular season in 2025. So, look, Shedeur Sanders, at least going into 2026, is going to be our starting quarterback. Unless we get the number 1 overall pick for some reason, then maybe I'll consider drafting somebody else. Or if there's another quarterback who is a free agent and is in the high 70s or 80s, I might consider going with that. Mostly because since I didn't start the season from the very beginning with Shedeur as the starter, it might have hindered his development. But maybe next season, if I start him the whole season, he might go up very significantly from being a 69 overall. And we got this guy. This guy is eating up so much cap space. Look at the penalty if we were to cut Deshaun Watson right now. $70.2 million cap hit. That's unreal. This, and I said this when I did a Cleveland Browns rebuild, I think in Madden 25. This might be the worst trade in the history of the modern NFL. I know everybody was saying that, the DeAndre Hopkins for David Johnson trade was bad. No, this was worse. But also people could say, oh, this was a bad trade. Oh, no, it's just Cleveland being Cleveland. Look at this. I mean, Deshaun Watson is currently a 69 overall, and he's not going to get any better than that. The biggest challenge for me during the first offseason is going to be finding out how do I deal with this guy. And this may be a deal where, if anybody comes in the chat, I might ask for some opinions about what to do with Watson, because I don't want to cut him, get a severe cap penalty, and then not be able to do anything in the first offseason to improve the team. That's the struggle that I have. So in the meantime, I'm just going to have to keep him on the roster, even though he's the backup quarterback right now. And we also have Dylan Gabriel. I don't think he's the guy. He may be honestly somebody that I might trade away just for low-round picks, just to say, hey, we tried, you first, and then, Sanders ended up being a better option, so we're moving on from him and not you. Running back, though, is a little bit more promising. Quinshon Judkins is up to an 82 overall towards the end of the season. That is honestly pretty promising. I'm hoping that by the time he gets to be maybe next year, 2 seasons from now, he might be in the high 80s, mid 80s. And then we've got Jerome Ford as the backup. He got a lot of playing time when Nick Chubb went down. But at this point, he's basically a backup, and I really don't see any need for him, and he's also hurt. Dylan Sampson was another rookie. Decent backup, maybe. Raheem Sanders, same deal. There's a lot of rookie running backs on this team. I don't know, but Judkins is separating himself from the pack. When Sampson and Sanders' contracts are up, I don't plan on keeping these guys. I'm keeping them on here for depth as of right now because Jerome Ford, I don't anticipate bringing him back. And Travion Williams is the fifth running back on the team. We have no fullback. We'll probably get one in the offseason. I'm not going to get one with 3 games remaining. Now, Jerry Jeudy is an interesting case to me. He's somebody that I feel like I want to keep, but we have to get another receiver in the 80s, at least in the first offseason. I don't know what the free agent market will look like. And based on how many, off-season and rebuilds that I've done in Madden 26, I feel like I kind of get an idea of who the guys are who are available in the very first off-season. And I feel like there's always at least maybe one receiver that's in like the high 80s, depending on, what other CPU-controlled teams want to do. But if there's a guy in the mid-80s, I'm going to go sign him because I need to get weapons for Shedeur. Because his development, I feel like, especially early in his career, is going to depend on who he's throwing the football to. Jerry Jeudy, 81 overall, doesn't really do it all for me. That has to be improved. But there are some young players. Cedric Tillman is a promising guy, but 74 is still like, how big is really his ceiling? Carter has been in the league for 9 years. I don't think he'll be a part of the future, really. Isaiah Bond is a rookie out of Texas. If he develops, maybe he'll be the 3rd, 4th receiver in a few years. Corley, no, and Lardavon, no. Our tight end, though, is probably locked down for this whole rebuild. I plan on keeping David Njoku. He's one of the better tight ends in the league. He's probably our best offensive pass catcher. He is our highest-rated skill position guy. So I don't anticipate moving on from Njoku, at least not in the first few years. We have Fannin Jr., who is the backup tight end. We have Bates, and we have Whiteheart. Left tackle, 73 overall, Lucas. 86 overall, Joel Bitonio. Although 11 years in the league, I don't know how much longer he's going to play. He is one of the captains of our team. He at least is somebody that I don't have to worry about at the left guard position. We've kind of got that nailed down. Our center is not too bad in Ethan Pockett. 8 years in the league, though, and only 72 and injured. I don't anticipate him getting much better than what he is. And our right guard is a 79 overall. Wyatt Teller has a superstar dev trait, but I don't know how much longer I can keep a guy on the roster that's only sitting at 79 overall and not getting any better, even with the superstar dev trait. Right tackle, 78, Jack Conklin is actually hurt. Hopefully he'll be back next year. We'll see. And the backups are really nothing too crazy. Left edge rusher, Isaiah McGuire, 72 overall. We absolutely need to improve that side of the line. But the right side of the line is in perfect shape because of Myles Garrett. Look at this. Unstoppable force dev trait. One of the captains. 99 overall Myles Garrett. I mean, if there was any example of a player who isn't like a quarterback in the NFL being the best at his position and constantly being just buried by ineptitude. It's this guy in modern football. I don't know why Miles, and then again, I know that money talks. In the 2024 offseason, when he was saying at the Super Bowl week in Vegas at the time, like, I want to be traded. Believe me, Miles Garrett, he should have been traded so bad. If I had known that Micah Parsons was going to be in Dallas, I would have thrown a few first-round picks to Cleveland because they're so stupid. I would have done that if I was Jerry Jones. Anyway, that's another tangent I'm getting on. Defensive tackle, though, Mason Graham, 80 overall. That's not too bad, but it definitely needs some improvement at defensive tackle. Malik Collins, former Dallas Cowboy, and then we have Shelby Harris. These guys are getting up there in age. I mean, Harris and Collins are getting up there. They're getting older. I don't anticipate keeping them around here. Jerome Baker, 75 overall, Sam linebacker, Mike linebacker, Carson Schweisinger, who in real life actually just won Defensive Rookie of the Year. So shout out to him. So that's a promising piece that we have on defense to build around. So we at least have that going for us. So that's pretty good. 82 overall, especially as a rookie. Just like Quinshon Judkins. Those are two key pieces who I can see us building around. So at least we have our middle linebacker situation kind of on lock for that, going alongside Garrett. And Devin Bush, an 86 overall for will linebacker, not that bad at all, especially when you look at Jeremiah Owosu, who's an 83 overall. This side of the football is actually in pretty good shape. We just need to get the Sam linebacker situation taken care of, which honestly, I might just move Owosu over to that position just to be able to have a better balance. Cornerbacks, though. Now, outside of Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward is one of the highest rated guys we have on the team. I definitely want to keep him in Cleveland as long as I can. I mean, 7 years in the league. He hasn't really gotten a lot of accolades, but he's got a superstar depth rating. He's a 93 overall corner. Those don't grow on trees. So Denzel Ward hopefully will be sticking around here for the whole rebuild. And we also have Tyson Campbell, who's a 79, Emerson Jr., who's a 74. But we absolutely need to improve at the cornerback spot. If we can find a guy in the offseason in the draft or free agency that's going to be at least an 80 overall guy, I think that's going to help out a lot. Free safety, Ronnie Hickman. I believe he's set to be a free agent. I don't know if I'm going to keep him. 76 overall is not too bad. If there's no improvements in free agency, then I'll probably bring him back. Strong safety, though. Grant Delpit, 82 overall. I just hope that he develops. He's only 26, so he still has some growing up to do. I just hope that I'm not wasting my time keeping him at 82 overall safety. And then we have Rayshawn Jenkins, and then we have McMillan. So there are some pieces on this defense that are pretty decent. And we have a 70 kicker and a 70 punter. We have a 56 overall long snapper. So if you really look at this roster, on defense, we have some pieces that we can build around. We just got to figure out what we got to do with this offense because our best skill position is our tight end. I'm not saying having a good tight end at a good skill position is bad, but we need better receivers. We need at least one more good receiver, and we really need to hope that Shedeur Sanders is going to develop in like less than a year. With him getting a chance to start, I'm hoping that basically is going to indicate that he's going to continue to develop. And we're going with him for the last 3 games of the season, so we're not going to be doing anything different other than that. So let me see actually what I want to do. Let me go ahead and actually adjust the depth chart at least a little bit. Mostly because we have a lot of guys who are kind of, on the bench a little bit. So, yeah. So we've got Bond, we've got Corley. Don't have another receiver. So, yeah, we're good there. Let's go ahead and make sure that everything else is okay. Just want to check this before we go into the season. Yeah, so we've got Teller. I know that Conklin is hurt right now, so he can't play. McGuire, him, defensive tackle. Yeah, Sam linebacker. I'm kind of wondering, honestly, if I should just have Owosu start there, unless he's hurt. Is he hurt? He must be hurt then. Yeah, okay. All right, well, that makes sense. Okay, so Owosu is banged up. I didn't realize that. So we're going to have to go with this. got a lot of guys banged up. All right, so we've got that. Bush. Adjust this a little bit. Let's have... Oh, he's a safety. Okay. I don't know if I want a safety playing there. So, okay, that looks fine. Hickman, yeah, we'll be fine with that. Okay, so I'm going to play the final game of the regular season. I'm not really going to mess with these with this Bills game and the Steelers game. But let me take a look at the negotiating screen and see what players we have to negotiate. Good thing is that we have a lot of cap money to spend. We have $85 million right now we can work with, and Njoku's contract is up. Needless to say, I'm not messing around with this. I'm going to start with a very player-friendly deal, 4-year deal, looking for a better offer, but I'll reconsider with more offers like this. Okay, so I guess he's interested. We just have to increase it a little bit. Bush, I don't want to let you walk away. What about this? Interest. Oh, goodness. We're going to have to break the bank on him, probably. Teller, I think I'm willing to move on from. Hickman, he can go. A lot of these other guys can go. Antonio, I mean, he might retire, but need a bigger offer. Okay, all right. We'll revisit these next week. Yeah, I gotta let some guys walk because I gotta be able to do upgrades in the off season. Okay, all right. Well, we weren't able to get anybody locked in long term this week, but maybe next week we'll be able to take care of somebody. Let's see. We've got the Bills this week, and oh yeah, we got shut out. We got shut out. I just hope that the first year the Tom Monken, he doesn't get fired after just 1 year. I mean, this is the very beginning of a rebuild, and we've got a lot of work to do. So I'm hoping they give me a chance. They give him a chance. Okay. Emerson, we've already decided we're going to let walk. Okay, so previous offer of a player-friendly deal for 4 years, he didn't like that. Am I really going to have to go with a 5-year deal? Exactly the offer I was hoping for. Great. Okay, so we've got Njoku locked in. Bush, I mean, I'm going to have to go with a player-friendly deal. 5 years, $7.3 million. Offer is getting really tempting. Okay, so we're close, but honestly, I don't know if I can sweeten the deal enough for him. Come on, Joel. 2-year deal. Excited to sign. Great. All right. $41 million left. I think that's really all I really want to bring back. Well, except for that guy, but yeah. But at least we got our starting tight end locked in, and we also got and we've got our best offensive lineman. And like I said, I don't know if Joel is going to retire at the end of the season or not. It's hard to tell. He might play one more season, but like I said, it's hard for me to tell right now. Playing the Steelers this week, they're 9-7. In real life, Cleveland actually pulled off the upset and beat them, but I don't know if that's going to be the case in this game. And we actually came and we beat the Steelers at home. All right, so we're ending the season with a little bit of momentum. Let me go ahead and actually, we have 21 skill points to spend, so I want to go ahead and actually spend some of them because we got to get this stuff upgraded for Monken. So yeah, we only have 6 points left now, and we're going to play our final regular season game. It's a who cares game, really, playing against the Cincinnati Bengals. Let me go ahead and check the injury report to see if anybody got banged up in these last 2 weeks. I don't know. Return no. Ross out. Okay, Watson. Look at this stuff. His injury is none. 0 weeks. IR, yes. Status, no injury. It's like But I get why Madden just did this. It's like they can't put, like, here's one thing that actually, I went on a tangent a little while ago saying, like, I really wish they would put real life offensive and defensive coordinators in this game, like every real coach. Why can't you have scenarios where players get suspended? Like, everybody who knows football knows what Deshaun Watson did and why in the game it's like he doesn't have an injury, but you can't use him. It really would be nice if those scenarios could exist in Madden, but I know that EA Sports doesn't probably want to get in trouble for that, but it would be so good because, hey, what if it was a real-life situation where, they just said, hey, your quarterback got busted for steroids. He's being suspended for 4 games. And you have injuries factored in with suspensions. Players have been suspended for games, not just injuries, but rant over. Yeah, believe me, there's a lot of things I wish EA Sports would take care of, but they don't. Sorry, I had to sip a Diet Pepper. All right, so let's play this final game of the regular season against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm actually going to play offense, mostly because I want to work with Shedeur Sanders and Quinshon Judkins. So we're on the road taking on our Ohio brethren in the Bengals. I think they're sitting at 6-10, not looking too hot. I think in real life, Cleveland finished like 4 and maybe 13, 5 and 12, I want to say, and I think the Bengals finished 6 and 11. So things are kind of realistic, at least to end the season. But hey, this game doesn't mean anything for either of us, but we're here, and we're here to try to get the win, pull off the upset. First time getting my hands on Shedeur Sanders. I want to see what he's capable of doing with this offense. I mean, he's a 69 overall quarterback right now, and look how short this man looks at the line of scrimmage. And that's one knock I had against Shedeur. Like, his size doesn't look like an NFL quarterback. But he's Deion's boy, so, hey, he's probably got some NFL DNA. It's decent. Meanwhile, Judkins gets 4 yards on the first play. We will take that. And Njoku makes the catch on the outside, just signed into a brand new contract, and he's making his first catch after being paid a lot of money. Glad I got him locked in. I did not want Njoku to hit the free agent market. Good catch right there by Tillman. Throw by Shedeur there.
And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Judkins again with a nice run. Well, I say nice run. I mean, 3 yards is 3 yards clouded dust. Come on, Njoku. I thought he could break that tackle first. But he just couldn't quite do it. All right, come on, Judy. Number 1 wide receiver makes a number 1 wide receiver play. Nice. Got to answer the Bengals' first score. Oh, good catch. All right. Getting closer now. Oh, go Sanders. Just run. Okay. All right. I mean, hey, he gained 4 yards running the football.
Credit here to the coverage unit. Like, there was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up.
Oh, I thought I could hit. Vaughn was open if I just had a little bit more time to throw the ball.
If there was much there anyways, we do know it'll be 3rd down.
3rd and 6. That was a poorly thrown ball. First drive, we turn it over. All right. Well, let's try it again.
As Shedeur on 1st down. On throw, right side, taken by Njoku. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. There's a screen.
Those blocks up. Can't go too far inside. Really pick the right hole there. Oh, you're wide open. Good job, Tillman.
Again, it's Sanders.
Oh, no. Oh!
A hit as he throws there. It's
Oh,
going
no.
to wind up incomplete, but pressure got to him.
That was a weird thing. It, like, bounced off his head. Bounced off one of the linemen's head and fell incomplete.
Now it's Sanders.
Oh, that's even worse. Lost 7 yards on that play. Oh, boy. All right, well, we got to try something. I know it's still early, but I want to chuck. Oh, please catch that, Judy. Thank you so much. What a big conversion that we absolutely needed right there. Let's go actually a little bit of up-tempo right now because we got to get the 2-minute warning. Got all 3 timeouts. We just need to get on the board. I just want us to try to get on the board here or something. I mean, it's a field goal. Judkins. Put the moves on him. Let's go. Good play. Good play right there.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. To throw is Sanders.
Oh, you're wide open. Jerry Jeudy, touchdown. Let's go. That's the answer we need. Eagles get a field goal. All right, now let's try to answer again. That was a good touchdown throw by Shador. 3rd quarter now. 2nd half. Oh, another wide open catch by Jeudy. Shador's proven he can hang with Joe Burrow with this one. There we go, Judkins.
Take this down inside the 35.
All right.
A gain of 15 yards. They'll throw on 1st down with Sanders.
Oh, no.
Flushed to his right.
Go. Oh, no, that's a hold. Let's go out of bounds.
Pretty good job trying to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I saw it. As soon as they threw the flag, I knew it was going to be offensive play. Come on, Joel.
Joel Petonio, former All-Pro, guilty on that.
Come on, Joel.
Now Shador.
That would have been a tough catch.
Very stout there. He'll bring up 2nd down.
We could go forward a little bit. We could be at least in field goal range to attempt this field goal. Yeah.
To avoid the rush there, he's hit as he threw when the pass is incomplete.
If we just get like 10 yards here,
Now Sanders
kick a field goal, I'll take it. Oh, but not if you're going to get that wide open. Nice. Oh, that was beautiful.
Big completion. So the big play
That's
changes
good.
the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line.
Go, Judkins. Get that block. Get that block. Okay, well, he got, like, speared right there. Okay, almost to the end zone. You got to finish this drive off. Oh! If I just had one more second, that would have been a touchdown.
Incomplete. Might be fortunate just to avoid the sack. And it'll set up a 3rd down.
Oh, too much pressure. 4th and goal. I'm just going to kick the field goal. I'll take my points.
Going to bring out their kicker and try a field goal.
At least the drive that ended. That's the main thing. Still a lot of time here. I just don't know. Yeah, our defense once again gave up a touchdown. We gotta score touchdowns to keep up with Joe Burrow. We can't settle for field goals.
On 1st down, it's Sanders.
Oh, good catch. Another one.
And they'll be set up now.
Sanders already over 200 yards, 1 touchdown.
Another great throw, and that's been the story.
They don't show the pick, but the pick I threw on that first drive.
This team has asked of him.
A doozy. I'll say that. Judkins, come on, get outside.
Here to Judkins.
Well, he got outside, but he only found 3 yards.
Time runs out on this 3rd quarter.
All right, see you in the 3rd quarter, but we got a decent drive going. We got to finish this off and get this thing tied up. One more quarter left in our season.
EA Sports. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, it's Shador.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Judy, come on! You had a touchdown in your hands, man. You catch that, you're gone. You had a touchdown. I'm just checking the audio periodically, just letting you guys know. At some point, I feel like I need to get like an actual like plug-in microphone headset or something like that. I don't have anything like that, and I feel like I'll train my audio better. And Tillman just made a great catch. User that. I had to use that. Unbelievable. Double coverage though, but we still got the completion.
Now for first and 10. Out of the gun, it's Sanders. He'll be taken down.
Not a whole lot going on there.
After a gain.
All right, come on. We got to finish this drive off with 7.
From the 24 now, here is second down and 7. They'll look to throw yet again.
Judy touchdown. Let's go. Threaded it right in there for the score. Nice job, Shedeur. Bengals did not score on their last possession, so we got a chance to get the lead here and potentially maybe ice this. Sanders row. Just get out of it. Just get towards the side. I'll take it.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he doesn't gain a whole lot, he's able to pick up some positive yards.
I thought Joku might have had a chance to break that one, but couldn't quite do it.
Just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. From the shotgun, it's Sanders.
Come on, Tillman.
Open man, and that's
Short. Yeah, we got to.
very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like
It's final regular season game. Let's go.
And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. Possibly the play of the game right here. It is fourth down. They'll run for it. It's
Got it.
Judkins.
Nice job, Judkins. Good blocking, too. That was big. All right. Let's see, that's big. So now this basically is the final possession of the game, folks.
It's a short throw caught by Njoku.
I'm going to pick up the tempo here just a little bit. Try to kind of make them uncomfortable.
Second down.
Tillman go. Oh, he's gone. Touchdown, Tillman. Touchdown, Browns. Let's go. I think that Shedeur's like 4th touchdown pass of the game. Maybe 3rd. I don't know. Unbelievable. And the Bengals weren't able to do anything. So we're going to win this game.
It's first and 10.
Football.
Up the middle goes Judkins here.
I think the Bengals spend the rest of their timeouts. You could call this an upset. But yeah, I mean it's against. I mean it's 2 bad teams, but still, hey, this is the Battle of Ohio, and not a bad way to end our first season. Even though I joined it like 3 games remaining. Next year, giving Shedeur the starting job for the whole season, I think I'm willing to do it. But if we draft somebody who is in the 70s, or we find a quarterback in the 80s, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get a quarterback in free agency that maybe is an 80s guy or a high 70s guy. I don't know if I'm going to pencil him in those to start. But I feel like I still need to consider that, even though I want Shedeur, even though I'd like for Shedeur to be the guy. But I'm trying to win. I'm just trying to get the Cleveland Browns to be successful again. Get them back to the ways of winning it, even as far back as, as 2020. But today, we celebrate the moments today. We come into Cincinnati. We kept this game close the whole way, but we were able to make enough plays in the end to win the game. Sanders had a phenomenal game, well over 200 yards. I did throw the interception on the first drive, but he threw, I believe, 3 touchdown passes in this game. And Tillman, that man right there, really had a huge monster game. Him and Judy were clutch all day in the passing game, which is, promising because, I still think Judy is capable of being the number 1 guy, but I still need to get another decent receiver on this ball club. I just feel like I do. I mean, he's the only 80s receiver that we have. So I want to try to do better than that. But we get a win to end the season. We finished the regular season 5-12. And that's what we're looking like going into 2026. I'm just hoping that, the system didn't screw me and all of a sudden, the coach gets fired. But contract has been extended. Okay, let's see. His extended current contract. For 3 years, $5.5 million. Okay. So we're definitely going to be back next year for sure with so that's good. All right. So first year, let's go ahead and take a look at the playoff bracket. This is looking pretty much, well, not actually, really. Not really looking like it was in real life to the extent, but sort of. Originally, the Seahawks had the number one seed, and this deal the Rams do. But the AFC is looking, well, kind of similar, I call it. Anyway, okay, first year, we got the Patriots against the Texans. We got the Jaguars against the Chargers. And the Steelers against the Bills. We got the Broncos with the number one seed. Number one seed is the Rams. And we got the Bears and the Packers, Eagles, 49ers, Buccaneers, and the Seahawks. So we're going to go ahead and kind of simulate through the playoffs and see who wins the Super Bowl in the first year. Our overall is 80. We got an 80 defense, but our offense being a 77. That's the biggest deal that's holding this team down from doing anything successful. So we got to get that fixed up in the offseason. But we'll see if any of our guys made the Pro Bowl. I doubt Shedeur made it. I will say. Then again, it just shows you how much the Pro Bowl is a joke. 7 picks, 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, and they made the Pro Bowl. I mean, Justin Fields turned it down. I mean, Justin Fields, I don't know what kind of season he had with the Jets. I mean, the Jets were selling the farm at the trade deadline with trading Williams and Sauce Gardner, but I would have taken Justin Fields playing in that game over Shedeur. I mean, Shedeur didn't even look good in flag football. All right, let's take a look at the Pro Bowl roster, see if any of our Browns made it. I doubt they did. Well, Myles Garrett probably made it. Yep, Myles Garrett made it. And it looks like he is Schweisinger, in real life the guy who won Rookie of the Year, but our talented rookie middle linebacker, he's going to the Pro Bowl. And also, I think that's it. Yeah. So so we had Schweisinger and also Myles Garrett made the Pro Bowl. We have 71 skill points to spend, so let's start spending them here. Start getting this up a little bit. Yeah, start spending some of those skill points when we get them. Because I got to get Monken, upgraded rather as quickly as I possibly can whenever we get the development points. And it looks like the Super Bowl is going to be between the Broncos and the Rams. So there's no Bo Nix torn ACL injury in this universe. So that is the Super Bowl in year 1. We got the Rams against the Broncos. Oh, we got a Rookie of the Year winner? So the MVP is Josh Allen. Myles Garrett finished 9th for MVP voting. Okay. Coach of the Year, I wouldn't expect our guy to be in there. All right, AFC. Offensive Player of the Year. No Browns. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. What about the whole NFL? Okay, doesn't show that. I guess he did. I guess he might have won Defensive Player of the Year, or at least been nominated for the position, but yeah, I guess maybe. I don't know. But he did win AFC Defensive Player of the Year. And also, the rookie Schweisinger, he finished 10th in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Judkins finished 4th for the AFC. And also Fannin, our backup tight end, he finished 9th. So we got some youngsters that have some promise. And that must be the award. Schweisinger must have won Defensive Rookie of the Year, just like in real life. Okay, so we've got that working for us. Like I said, best QB, there's no Browns in there. Best running back, Judkins actually cracked the list at 10th. All right, not bad. Best receiver, no Browns. Best offensive lineman, no Browns in there, not even Joel. Best defensive lineman, of course, goes to Myles Garrett in the AFC. No other Browns. Best linebacker, Schweisinger finished 4th. And also we have Devin Bush, who came in 7th. Best DB, no Browns there. Best kicker, no Browns, and that's it. So it looks like Myles Garrett might have won Defensive Player of the Year, or at least been nominated for it. in the running. And also, Schweissinger did win Defensive Rookie of the Year, just like in real life. So that's pretty good. Got some young, promising guys on this team. But we got to get this offense fixed. Got to find out who the quarterback's going to be. We got to find some more receivers. We got to solidify that offensive line, and we got work to do. This is a rebuild for a reason. All right, so let's see who won the Super Bowl. So between the Broncos and the Rams, it was the Broncos taking down the Rams. So the Broncos have won their 4th championship. It's their first championship since 2015. So 10 years after their last championship, they win it. The MVP is Bo Nix. And Carson Schweissinger did win Defensive Rookie of the Year, and Myles Garrett overall did win Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL. So we got the Rookie Defensive Player of the Year and the overall Defensive Player of the Year. So defense right now is ruling in Cleveland. We had 2 award winners at the end of the season, which is pretty good. I kind of want to take a look and see just maybe if I should consider changing the coaches, but right now I just don't want to change my coordinators. I still feel like that we, need to start from the ground up and just see what goes on. That's the way that I kind of look at it. Well, let's check out the retirements and see if any Browns did retire. Well, Jack Conklin retired after 10 years, and DeAndre Carter, wide receiver, he's retiring after 10 years. And so is Shelby Harris. So, fortunately, Joel is not retiring, so I'm glad I decided to give him a new contract, because that was big. All right, so now we're moving on to the next phase of the offseason, which is getting one final chance to negotiate with our players. And let's take a look. I think there was one other guy that I was looking to keep. Yes, it was Bush. Okay, am I really going to have to give him a 6-year deal? Got to do what you got to do. Happy to sign. How much does that eat up? We're down to $52 million. That's not too bad. But everybody else can leave. And with all 3 of those players we signed, their re-sign interest was in the red, meaning we basically had to overpay for them to stay. But hey, we're starting up a new era. We've got a long way to go, sure. But we've got the money to spend, and I feel like that we can do it. So we're going to let everybody else walk. Right now we have $67 million, but I'm going to get to the salaries and take a look at whose contract I can restructure to give us as much money as we possibly can. So I know Sanders is still on a rookie.
These are player
I don't
tags.
think his
Players
contract can be restructured. Watson has 1 year left, and we can't restructure his contract. So one way or another, he's gone after this season. So you know what? Let me just see something here. Can we release him without getting a penalty? We'll incur a penalty of $34.7 million. Okay, no. So we might just have to keep him on the roster for 1 more year. He's only got 1 year left on his deal. He's going to be gone after next season. So that's not bad. Gabriel, his contract can't be restructured. Okay. But let's take a look at the rest of these guys. These guys are all rookies, so I don't think they can be restructured. Except for maybe... Oh, he can be restructured. Okay, for $20K. What about Judkins? Doubt it. Let's see. Nope. All right. We need a fullback this offseason. We need to get one of those. What about Judy? Can he be restructured? Save some money? Yes. $170K. Good. I mean, our cap number is not bad at $76.1 million, considering the fact that we also signed some guys. But I need to create as much cap space I feel like we can, because I feel like I want to spend money in the first cycle of free agency. And one of those positions might be quarterback. So I feel like I need to have the money available. Now, Njoku, we just signed into a big new contract, and we can already restructure. It's going to free up $2.04 million. That's not a whole lot to free up, but it's something. All right, Fannin, he can't be restructured. That's fine. Left tackle, these guys are on their last years of their contract. Okay, Joe Antonio, his can be restructured, free at $4.2 million. That's pretty solid. He's got 1 year left. Zach Zinter, he can't be restructured. Okay. Levinston, his can. Okay, free at $10K. And Conley, can he be restructured? Nope. All right. Alex Wright. Nope. He's got 1 year left. What about Myles Garrett? Can he be restructured? He's got...
This is the ability. This player has a zone ability.
He can't be restructured. Well, it is what it is. What about Graham? Nope. Overall. What about Hall? Yep. 140K. Huntington. And I kind of don't really want to cut anybody, just because I want to have this, a decent amount of bodies, on the roster. That's Sam linebacker. Nathaniel Watson. He's the only guy at that position. So Sam linebacker, we absolutely need to address in the offseason. But the thing is that in the free agent market, there's really not a lot of guys available. So you really are slim pickings there. Swishinger, he can't be restructured, unfortunately. What about Arnold? Yes, his can't be restructured. All right. Bush, we just signed into a big new contract, so of course we can restructure. $4.21 million freed up. Owosu, he can't be restructured, unfortunately, though. And I'm thinking maybe I'm just going to probably move Owosu maybe to Sam linebacker potentially and see what that does. I feel like I want to try that as a possibility, but we'll do that when we get into the readjusting the roster phase of the offseason, where we can actually change positions. Denzel Ward, $11.2 million. That's the most we've been able to free up during any of these restructuring times. What about Campbell? Oh, yeah, $2.5 million. Pretty good. All right. Harden. Nope. I think Deke Williams probably can't restructure. We have no free safeties on the team, so we need to get take care of that. Donovan McMillan. Let's restructure him. All right. And Edmonds probably. We need a kicker, we need a punter. And a long snapper. Okay, so we got a lot of work to do. Okay, so I think I've restructured as much contracts as we possibly can. So now let's go into free agency and take a look at what's there. And I'm really starting kind of just from generic, just seeing what's out here. All right, well, automatically I see, a lot of upgrades that we can do. But I want to see what quarterbacks are out here. Oh, it's not looking great. I mean, we could bring in Daniel Jones, but I just don't know how much of an upgrade it's really going to be. I don't know. Running backs, nothing really there. We need a fullback. We don't have one. I don't want to really overspend here. Best guy is Ricard, but we'd have to overpay just to get him. I don't want to overpay for a fullback. So we're just going to go with Horvath, 6'6" overall. I'm going to offer him a 1-year deal. Hopefully he'll take it. Yeah. All right, receivers. The problem is that none of these guys are interested in coming here. The top receiver on the market is Debo, 81 overall. I mean, he's a scheme fit guy. Okay, I think this is where we just might try to overpay. If we do a player-friendly deal for 3 years, $7.2 million, where does this put us? It drops us down to $61.2 million, but we're still below the Rams. And that might be overpaying, but I really want to get another decent receiver in here for Shedeur. All right, well, you know what? I'm just going to go with a very player-friendly option, and if we don't get him, we're just going to have to accept that. I don't know if I want to have Keenan Allen as a backup idea. I mean, he's 34 years old. All right, we'll just see how things go in the first wave, and then we'll move on. Left tackle needs improvement. The top guys really are not interested. But Brady Chris, what about we could possibly get a center. McGovern is interested in coming here. There's 66. Okay, we have a 70 right now. We got an 85. Yeah, we definitely need. I mean, we really need upgrades all over the board on offense. All right, let's go back to the center. Connor McGovern is interested in coming here. I don't think we'd have to really overpay him. Let's try this two-year neutral deal. I was on a 52, but it drops us down. All right, well, let's try the very player-friendly deal. Not very, but player-friendly deal. All right, it puts us at number 1. We're down to $51.7 million. All right, Wyatt Teller, who we let go, is the top guy. So you know what? I'm going to try to get him back here on a 2-year deal, $8 million. We're in front of the Jaguars. That's good. And I'm also going to go after Taylor Mawton. What will this do? And I think we've reached our maximum for negotiations. Okay. What did we do? Did we do a neutral deal? Yeah, we did. Okay. I want to keep that offer, even though there's no other team on the board right now. I just want to keep that offer just to do it. Okay. Now, then again, if Debo doesn't want to come here, we're going to get some of that money back. But right now, we're already down to $16.5 million, and we still have positions that we need to fill in terms of guys that we don't even have one position at. I don't think we're going to get Debo, but I just decided to throw our hat in there and see if we could. I think we'll get Teller to come back. McGovern, I actually don't know either. I think the 49ers and the Seahawks are going to get him. Horvath, I'm not worried about. We're going to get him, but I'm pretty sure out of the first wave, we're not going to get. I got a feeling we're not going to get 2 of those guys. But let's see. I've been proven wrong before when it comes to paying big bucks for free agents, and we actually get them. All right. So we got Mawton, Teller, and Horvath. And, of course, we did not get the 2 guys that I felt that we weren't going to get. So where did Debo end up going? So Debo ended up going to the Rams. I'm not surprised. They just played in the Super Bowl. That's way more attractive than anything we could probably offer them. And McGovern, what did he do? He ended up going to the 49ers. Okay, well, Ryan Bates is not a bad backup idea, but what does that really do for our center room? Okay, that actually is an upgrade. So Bates actually would be an upgrade at center. So let's go after him, and he's also interested in coming here. So let's go with a neutral deal. Hopefully that'll get him to come here. Okay, we're in front of the Falcons and the Jets. I'm not going to increase that much more just because I just don't think it'll be worth it. Left edge rusher does need an upgrade. Kyle Van Noy is the top guy. Gross Matos, I don't know how much of an upgrade he would be from what our current edge rusher is. Or who that is, I should say. Yeah, Isaiah McGuire is a 73. I don't think that would really be too much of an upgrade, but it might be just worth it if it's like a 1-year contract or something like that. Top free agent overall, Bobby Wagner, ended up going to the Panthers, it looks like. Okay, well, Gross Matos. Let's throw our hat in there. Neutral deal, 2-year deal. Let's see if this is enough to get him. It might be. You know what? If we're the only team in this ring, let's go with a team-friendly deal for 1 year. So we're probably going to be looking to draft a left edge rusher anyway. We'll probably have to consider the offer, but still. All right, defensive tackle room, I got to take a look at that. Because I know we have a guy that's in the 80s. Yeah, we probably can't get any better in free agency this offseason at that position, if I'm being realistic. Because the top guy, DJ Reader, I believe is already gone. He went to the Falcons, so I mean, there's a couple of guys here, but they're basically around the same rating. So yeah, Reader probably would have been the top guy. Sam linebackers, Jerome Baker, who was on our team, he's going to the Commanders. But you know what? I'm still thinking about moving Owosu over there. So I'm thinking that I think I might just, leave that alone. What about Will linebacker? What's that looking like for us? I'm pretty sure we won't be able to find a big enough upgrade for the offseason for that position. No. We're good at 86 overall with Bush, who we're going to keep over there. But we're going to move Owosu over to the other linebacker, strong side linebacker. Excuse me. I'm still dealing with a little bit of drainage. My allergies are really kicking my butt. Like 2 weeks ago, we had this huge cold snap. So, yeah. Okay. We need a free safety, and we need an entirely new special teams unit. So we got a lot of work to do there. Okay. So let me take a look at corners and see who is out here. Okay. Jalen Watson is the top guy, 80 overall. That would be a pretty decent upgrade for corner. And based on the fact that not a lot of teams are vying for him, let me go with the neutral deal and see where this puts us. If we're the only team vying for him, okay, we're not. And we would have to actually throw a decent amount of money to get him. But you know what? Let's go with the player-friendly deal. 4 years, $4.6 million. That's probably overpaying, but it puts us at number one. All right, free safety. Malik Hooker is out there. Let's get the former Cowboy. Come on, Malik. Come on down. 3-year deal. We're down to $12 million now. We're the only offer for him. So you know what? I'm going to go with the team-friendly deal for 2 years. If nobody else is really vying for him, you could probably get him on a 1-year prove-it deal, 2-year prove-it deal. It is what it is. Strong safety, we're good. So we do need a kicker, and Brandon Aubrey is there. But you know what? I don't need to go for broke for that. So let's just get Joshua Carty. I know this guy is no household name kicker, but we just need to get a stopgap kicker at this point. And somebody who we're not going to have to fight, tooth and nail to get. Pinion, we're going to only bring him for 1 year. How many more negotiations can we do? Okay, we can actually do 4 more of these. Okay, and we definitely need a long snapper, so we just gotta go get one. Nobody is going to be offering anything to Stoll, I have to imagine. No, we're his only offer. There's only 4 long snappers who are free agents. So yeah, this is one position I continue to forget that you actually need to invest in. You have to actually sign a long snapper. And you know what? Just to be on the safe side, so we don't have to deal with this again. Let's go with the neutral deal for 1 year. Maybe I'll convince him to stay. And you know what? Do I really want to go with a 2-year deal for a freaking long snapper? You know what? I do, just because I don't want to have to deal with it after next season. Let's give him a 2-year deal, even though it's a 60 overall freaking long snapper. But we need to get one of those. All right. So we've got a laundry list of guys that we've targeted. Jalen Watson, we're overpaying a little bit for him, if I'm being honest. Malik Hooker, he would be a starter. Gross Matos would be a starter. Starting punter, starting kicker, starting center, starting long snapper. So that's what we're going with. The last stage of free agency, I'm going to be looking for guys that can potentially be backups. But I don't know how many of those positions we're going to be able to really get because we're running short on money. We're already down to $8.18 million. So let's see. We got Mautin in the first wave. We did get Jalen Watson. We did get Malik Hooker. We got Gross Matos. We got the special. Did we not get the long snapper? Okay, we're still targeting him. Okay, so we're his only offer, so he's going to take that deal. We got Horvath, we got Bates, the center, we got the kicker, the punter. Okay, so this is not a bad haul. I mean, our top guy that we got is Taylor Mott. We got 2 guys in the 80s that can be instant starters for us, so that's good. Okay. All right, now I need to look at, potentially kind of changing up the jersey numbers a little bit. So we're just going to have to get a receiver in the draft. We could use a backup tight end, but I'm going to deal with that in the draft. I don't want to deal with that right now. Could use a backup left guard. I don't know what Ryan Bates' number is. Ryan Bates. What's his number? He is 71. I think 71, though, is taken. Yeah, it's taken by Lucas. So yeah. Maybe I can give him at least something in the 70s. But I know that's Joe Thomas's old number, but I don't think it's retired. So let's go ahead and give him that. We got Teller to come back. Is his number actually 77? I think it is. Wyatt Teller. All right, it is. Yes, it is 77. Okay. So we got him to come back, even though we let him walk initially. Taylor Motton. He is 72. I guess he can wear 76. That's fine. Yetur Gross Matos. What number does he wear currently? 49ers, he wears 94. I think that's already taken, though. Yeah, it's taken by Graham. Okay. Well, he's an upgrade, for starter. He's also a scheme fit guy, so that's not bad. We got decent depth there. Jalen Watson, I know he wears 35. I think 35 is being worn by a running back. Yep, Raheem Sanders. What was Raheem Sanders' college number? Because I might just give that to him. Oh, he wore number 5. Let's give him well, what other numbers maybe has Jalen Watson worn in his career? Or he wore 0. Ooh, that one might be available. You know what? Actually, let's keep Sanders at 35. Let's maybe see if we can give Jalen Watson number 0. Probably can. Oh, we can actually stretch his contract. Okay, let's do that then. Yep. Let's give him number 0 like he was wearing at Washington State. All right, cool. Hooker, he can stay wearing 28. Need a backup. We'll get that long snapper. I'm glad we didn't spend that money on Daniel Jones because I wouldn't have had enough money to spend on other positions that we need. So I'm glad I actually kind of, was a little bit smarter in that situation. Okay, so as far as, let's actually see if we can restructure some contracts of guys that we've gotten. So Moten, I wonder if we can already restructure him. Yeah, we can. $4.73 million. It'll already free up if we do that. Oh, we already restructured Watson. That's right. What about Hooker? Can we restructure him? Yeah. All right, we got Wyatt Teller back. Restructure him. $3.24 million. That's good freed up right there. Yeah, I think that's all we can do. Yeah, okay. All right, so let me go and see what other positions we need to get backups at. Really just offensive line is what I'm really looking at for backups. We need a backup left guard. We just need really a backup left guard as far as offensive line backups. All right, so let's go ahead and see if we can get a backup left guard. Dylan Redunce actually wants to come here. 1-year deal. That should be enough to get him here. Get some solid depth there. Okay, so let me see what other positions we need to get backups at. Sam linebacker and free safety. Yeah, Sam linebacker and free safety. All right. Of course, we were able to. Oh yeah, we didn't sign anybody yet. Let's get Delshon Phillips. Let's get some backup. Ooh, the Bengals wanted to. You know what? Let's sweeten the pot a little bit. Neutral deal for 1 year, a little bit more money. Number one. Okay. Hopefully that's enough to land him. I mean, he's not anything spectacular, so I don't want to break the bank on this kid. But he's some. All right, we need a backup free safety. Of course, we got Malik Hooker. Javier Thomas. Let's go with Daryl Worley, actually. He's a scheme fit guy. Probably be easier to land him. $11.2 million. What does that do? Okay, we're the only offer we put on his table, so yeah. You know what? Just while we're here, what other receiver could I really get at this point to pair that's a scheme fit guy? I really don't want to go with a guy that's just like, yeah, there's really no good talent there. Jahan Dotson, 74, that really wouldn't do much help. Yeah, no real serious upgrades there. We could use a third tight end. I'll probably look at drafting one, but in the case that we don't find a good one or decent one that we like, I feel like I might as well just get another tight end. I'm going to go with maybe see if we can get Higbee. He's a scheme fit guy. Team-friendly deal for 1 year. Let's see if he'll take this. $6.93 million. We're his only offer. Should be able to get him. All right. So the final wave of free agency, really just kind of filling in some gaps. Stoll, long snapper. Delshon Phillips, Sam linebacker. Daryl Worthy, backup free safety. Backup left guard, Dylan Redunz. And backup third-string tight end, actually, Tyler Higbee. Actually, I think Higbee would potentially be a second-string guy. Yeah, he would be the third guy behind Fannin. But, we need to get another. I just feel like we need another tight end in there. It couldn't hurt. Our left tackle, though, I really wanted to try to upgrade that in free agency, but there really weren't any good upgrades out there. So if we get somebody in the draft, that might be the way to go. All right, so let's advance, get done with free agency, see what our team looks like. All right. So did we get everybody that we were looking for? So we did get Higbee. We got Redunz. We've got Worley. And we got Stoll. Okay. All right, let me adjust some of the numbers on the team. Stoll. I forget what his number. Free up 80K, okay. Let's see. Give him some number in the 40s, so he looks like a real long snapper. Yeah. All right. Looks better now. Let's see. Daryl Worley. He wears, I guess, 41. He's worn 20, 35. Let's give him 25. That looks fine. Did we not get that backup Sam linebacker? I could have sworn we... Delshon Phillips ended up going to Cincinnati. Okay, so we didn't get him. But like I said, Uosu, we're going to move him over to strong side linebacker. And, yeah. Also, Diazu was on the block. That's pretty interesting. And Brandon Aubrey ended up going to the 49ers. So, interesting. Off season for the Cowboys again, with lack of activity, I guess. Anyway, okay. Well, I guess we got to go with what we got to go with. So yeah, that is that. Let me actually take a look at the rest of the roster because Redone's we probably go with like a 60 number in the 60s for him. Let's go with 60. That's fine. Let's go with B. What about the receivers? Caden Davis. Well, Davis doesn't even have a face, so let's give him like some random number. Let's give Higbee 89. Make him feel welcome. Yeah, let's give him 88. And let's give Higbee 89. All right, so I think I got our roster kind of situated. I mean, we got a few upgrades, but, our overall didn't, jump to anything crazy. So let's go ahead and advance to draft week. It's time to take a look and see what's out here. I believe we have the 7th overall pick. Let's take a look at mock drafts. We only really have, I think, one to look at. No, we have 3. Okay, but mock draft 3, this is the latest one. We have the 7th pick, and they have us projected to take Caleb Banks, defensive tackle from Florida. That might help, but, well, quarterbacks are going to be coming off the board according to this, like in the first few picks. Garrett Nussmeier is projected to go to the Giants, Drew Allard to the Cardinals. If TJ Parker slips, even though we signed a defensive end in free agency, that might be a big help. Getting somebody to go on the opposite side of Myles Garrett. Fernando Mendoza could slip too. That would be pretty intriguing if he's there. Ruben Bain Jr., he's a right edge rusher, but I wouldn't hesitate to draft him and move him over to the left side. Keldrick Falk, he could slip from Auburn. Well, he would be projected to go after us to the Dolphins. Okay, well, either we're going to go with Caleb Banks as the mock draft predicts, or we'll go with maybe Keldrick Falk of Auburn to get a left edge rusher, but that's if TJ Parker is off the board by the time we get to the 7th pick. But we'll see. So let's get drafted. First draft of the rebuild. All right. So let's see. So it looks like that Parker is gone. So is Bain. So let's see. What about Keldrick Falk, I think, would be a good pick here. Get a left edge rusher to go opposite of Myles Garrett. A+. All right, good. So I nailed the first pick, and we have also a the 20th. Okay, this one. Okay, this is Jordan Tyson would be tempted to get as well. Get another receiver because we do need receiver help. But you know what? Carnell Tate and Zachariah Branch are slipping. Or Denzel Boston. We could get one of those guys later. So you know what? I'm going to go with maybe a potential new quarterback if Shedeur Sanders doesn't work out, Cade Klubnik. This may be a reach. I'm going to go for it. It's an average pick. Ugh, probably butchered that one. Especially with being our other first-round pick. Sanders, don't get too upset. We're just drafting insurance here. Carnell Tate did slip, but Zachariah Branch is a scheme fit guy, so I'm going to go with him out of Georgia. Get some more receiving help. All right, it says it's a good pick. Okay, so I got a B for that. Third-round pick. Oh, man. Okay, now we're kind of having to think a little bit here. There's some other receivers who have dropped. This defensive tackle, Zane Durant, might not be a bad idea. We could go with Stowers. We drafted him in the Chiefs rebuild. Zane Durant looks pretty promising. Let's get some defensive tackle help. Penn State. It's a good pick. All right. Got a B+ for that. And we've got another interior defensive tackle in the middle. Hopefully he can develop. Christian Gray looks pretty good out of Notre Dame. We definitely need some corner help. I know we signed Jalen Watson in the offseason, but we got to think about the future. All right, it's another good pick. It's a B-. All right, we drafted hopefully a guy that will be like our third corner this season. We need to get somebody to be solidified opposite of Denzel Ward. I mean, we need a right tackle for the future because I don't know how much longer Mauton's going to play. So let's get Ryan Baer from Pittsburgh. And it's an average pick. C- for that one. This safety has no name from Iowa. I don't know if I trust that. A lot of these receivers keep slipping in every round, but I don't know if I want to pull the trigger on that. I don't know if I want to pull the trigger. You know what? Let's go with Derek Moore out of Michigan. Let's get some depth behind Myles Garrett. It's an average pick, but depth behind Garrett is not a bad idea. They're kind of booing that one, but it is what it is. And these safeties keep dropping. Jam Miller of Alabama wouldn't be a bad idea either. Let's go with him. Let's get another running back. It's an average pick. Sixth-round pick coming up. There's a lot of receivers available now. Okay, well, you know what? We'll go with another one. Let's go with Malachi Fields and Notre Dame. Says it's an average pick. All right, seventh round. We have a lot of picks for our first year in the rebuild. Marvin Jones Jr. slipping all the way to the seventh round. Bud Clark getting a free safety, I think, would be good too. So, let's go with Bud Clark out of Temple. Average pick. Okay, it's not a failure. Talk about a draft. We've got a lot We got a lot of stuff working for us. Look at all those picks. Look at all these picks. So Keldrick Falk was our first round selection. We went with, excuse me, Kay Klubnik, who is coming in at a 70 overall. I mean, that's not too much better than Shador. So, excuse me, guys. Sorry. It's good. It's not much better than Shador, but it's okay. Got another receiving weapon in Zachariah Branch, Zane Durant, cornerback Christian Gray. Got Bear, right tackle, Derek Moore, right edge rusher. Got Jam Miller, running back from Alabama. Derek Moore, Malachi Fields, and Bud Clark. Right now I got the hiccups for some reason. Sorry, guys. I know that sounded bad, but it's not as bad as you think. It's just drainage. Sorry. Well, the good thing is that our overall went up this offseason. We're up to an 81. We got an 81 defense and a 79 offense. That's better than us being a 77. So, you know, we've upgraded this season, but our salary cap is in a little bit of hell right now. We're minus $3.22 million. So let's adjust the roster here because I want to take care of the linebacker situation here. I want to move Owosu over to strong side linebacker. I want him over there, so that way we've got two good outside linebackers. He's still sitting there at an 83. He's still injured, but he'll be back. We got an 85. We got an 86 now. Not looking too bad. Not looking too bad. Cade Klubnik is coming in as the top quarterback, but I basically think I'm just going to have to open it up to competition between Cade and Shador for the starting quarterback job. I think that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, Klubnik wears 2, so we're going to keep him there at that. Let's see. What was Jam Miller's? Jam Miller's number. 26 at Alabama. I don't know if we can do that, though. Miles Harden. Let's just give him some random number. 24. Jam Miller coming in at a 71 is not too shabby. That might be a little bit of a late round jewel. Tell you one thing, this team is getting a lot younger already, even though, you know, we inherited a team that was, you know, getting younger to start out, but now it seems like it's getting younger a lot. Let's see. And Zachariah Branch is our second best receiver right now, 76 overall coming in here. That's pretty good. Let's see. What is his number in college? Oh, he wears 1. Okay, he can keep 1. So Branch coming in. I mean, we did technically find another receiver. We just found him in the draft. Hopefully Branch gets in the 80s by the time he gets towards the end of the year. And I haven't drafted him in any of the previous rebuilds, so I'm excited to see what he can do. The only offensive lineman we drafted was a right tackle, Ryan Baer. Ryan Baer. I want to see if he is a real player. I don't know if he is. It looks like he is. So Pittsburgh, wears number 70. Don't think that's available, though, but it's not. All right, he can wear 74. He could be a future starter after Moton potentially walks away. And then we got the 7th overall pick, Keldrick Falk from Auburn. He wears number 15. Right now he's wearing 99. don't know if we can give him 15, though, but let's see. I feel like we might be able to. We might actually be able to do it. What's there's a receiver wearing? Nope, there isn't. We can give him 15.
Some players' development traits are hidden to unlock their potential.
Look, we got a hidden development trait already for Keldrick Falk. So that's pretty big. Hopefully, see, I feel like this is what we need to, kind of play to, is the strength. Like, build on the opposite side of our strength. What is our strength? Who was our best player? Myles Garrett, 99 overall. Now we've got a guy to complement him on the other side in Keldrick Falk. I'm hoping that this is going to create a pass rush that is going to cause nightmares for the offense. And, signing Gross Matos, I feel like, was still okay. But getting Keldrick Falk, Auburn, that's huge for building for the future. So I'm pretty excited about the look of things now. So, and then again, Derek Moore out of Michigan. He wears number 8. Don't know if we can give him 8, though. No, because that's Dylan Gabriel's number. Can we give him, like, 98 or something like that? We can't. Let's give him at 97. But still, so now with Moore, we've got depth behind Myles Garrett that is serviceable. And as far as defensive tackles, I mean, Zane Durant coming in at a 72, that's not too great, but still, that's better than what we've had before. He wears number 28 at Penn State. Okay. That's an interesting combination. Sorry. Well, Hooker wears 28, so we can't give him that. He can stay wearing 92. Same linebacker, we got Owosu over there in the other spot. I think we drafted a corner, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Christian Gray from Notre Dame. Mr. Gray, we'll see you now. Yeah, he wears 29, and it looks like 6 he's worn it throughout his career. Well, D. Williams is wearing 29 right now, but we can easily take that number off of him. He's a side character, if you want to call it that. Right now, he is the 4th best corner on the roster, so that gives us a little bit of depth behind Watson and also Ward. So I like the depth that we got in the draft also. I mean, we had a lot of picks, and I feel like we hit on most of them. I guess the only picks that I just worry about not panning out are maybe potentially Bud Clark at a 67. I mean, that's not really that great. Temple. Does he go to Temple? Bud Clark. TCU. There's looks like 26, 21, something like that. Okay. Well, we can't really give him 21 because that's worn by Denzel Ward. As far as, Bud Clark and then again, like I said, Klubnik being the starter is not something that it's not a deal where I feel like we drafted franchise quarterback. I mean, even coming in here, he's still only a 70 overall. I still think that I'm going to favor Shedeur Sanders, but I'm still going to give Cade a chance to compete for the starting job. This is going to be a pretty interesting rebuild because it's going to be a matter of, which quarterback do we go with. And honestly, let me tell you, in the 2026 season, if both of these guys are trash, I'm not going to hesitate to draft another one, or if there's a good one in free agency, sign another one, or even make a trade. Honestly, I'm willing to give up future draft picks in this rebuild to get a to get the best quarterback this team has had since Baker Mayfield. I don't know how we get to that, but we got to get to it at some point. I guess the only so, I mean, who knows? Miller may turn out to be a decent backup running back, but I don't really know. Receiver-wise, I'm hoping that Branch can be that guy. But yeah, I like the picks, and I like the direction that we're going in. So I'm happy about it. I'm happy with our first draft. Now it's just all a matter of, seeing what we can do in year 2 with this squad. Well, that's going to do it. Don't know if I'll be streaming tomorrow, but I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.